Hello, this is Lynn Daniel. I am founder and CEO of the Daniel Group. I'm very pleased to have with us today on what we call our success stories, Fred Reichheld. He probably needs very little introduction, but I'll highlight a few things about him that you probably need to know. Fred is a Bain fellow. He's founder of the loyalty practice at Bain. He's the creator of the NPS program, or Net Promoter Score, as some people may know it. He's a best-selling author starting, I believe, in 1996 with The Loyalty Effect, which I think I have read all of your books, Fred. His latest one is Winning on Purpose, and if you don't have a copy, buy one. If you really want one, call me and I'll get you one. He's been published in a wide variety of publications at Harvard Business Review, New York Times, etc. And maybe the last thing for me personally that's most exciting about Fred is he was our keynote speaker at our conference last year, our client conference, and he's a wonderfully engaging speaker. He kept our audience engaged for almost 90 minutes with lots and lots of questions. So Fred, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to our discussion today and you sharing some of your ideas on loyalty and how you get customers engaged with what you're doing. But I want to start out with one area that's fascinating to me. The subtitle of your book is something around loving your customers. First of all, how did that subtitle come to be? What was the genesis of it?
Well, most of the work I'd done was on loyalty and the value, the economic value of customers coming back for more, referring their friends. And then over time, it was how you build a business that earns loyalty, and it became clear that the way you earn loyalty is when your customers and your teammate, and when your teams especially, when they feel the love that you're going to take care of them, you're going to treat them right, you'll watch out for their best interests, that's when they will not only come back for more enthusiastically, but give you feedback about how to get better. They'll share the real details about their challenges, and they refer their friends, which is the ultimate gift, because that's co-branding their personal reputation. It's an enormously valuable gift. And it's that referral flow and reputation that's at the core of a loving relationship. Now, love, romantic love, there are all sorts of different kinds of love. Though I'm almost back to the religious kind. Love thy neighbor as thyself. A good name, Proverbs. Proverbs is Old Testament, right? So this is ancient, and a good name is more valuable than gold. I think that's Proverbs 22:11. Stuart Cathy told me that's the only reason I know it off the top of my head. He said that's what he built his business around, which is how do you have a good name? You treat people with loving care, the way you'd want a loved one treated, and that's the love that is the core of a good business.
It seems that one of the things you're talking about when we put this in the context of customer satisfaction and customer experience, it's not just about the rational experience the customer has, but it's also about the emotional experience. Is this true?
Yeah, the older I've gotten, the clearer it, and I'm a very left side of the brain rational guy, but you tend to use the facts to reinforce what you emotionally want out of life. And when you have people who are going to take care of you, you'll find a way to justify that within certain bounds. So I think how you feel about a company, about an organization, about your representative, that colors everything and is going to bias the world. If they feel like, you might not be best right now in this design cycle, but you're going to fix it very quickly, and by the end of that, they're going to be happy they stayed with you. That's an emotional bet. And that's the kind of bet that most business people are making. Who am I going to lean on and trust? And who has good numbers at this instant in time, but they're not going to hold. They'll just use those against me someday. So I think business, the soft side of business is the hard side.
Very interesting. But one last question is in this area is, I can only imagine the kinds of reaction you get from some people you talk with when you start out with the term loving your customer.
Yeah, I think I'll tell you, if you have never experienced a loving relationship where you could trust someone and you had a company that treated you right, it is hard to imagine that. It's sad, but I think an awful lot of companies, it's one of the reasons companies don't last very long. But whether you're a CFO or the head of marketing, anywhere in the organization, I think if you really understand the economics of business, sustainable, profitable business, you understand this fundamental truth that the only way to grow profitably through the years is to treat customers so they come back for more and refer their friends. That's the only sales force that you can afford to pay in a cost-sensitive world. And if you have to buy your growth because you can't earn it the right way, it's a real short-term Pyrrhic victory.